And is a season very much like Series 4 and Series 3, my third favourite season, Season 20, and Season 2, or even this. Heck, it's probably my least favourite of the early Tom Baker years, and one of my least favourite Tom Bakers, full stop. But other than that, every story, besides Planet of Evil, is amazing. We got we got Android Invasion, which is a surprise. You got the iconic Brain of Morbius, which seems to have a little bit of a recent impact on the modern series thanks to the timeless child aspects. Stop doing that, whatever that is. So I got a bird that's making a sound like a squeaking gate or swing. Got the Brain of Morbius, which is another iconic story that takes heavily in. We got the heavily Khan going to be very important later in Series 9. And Morbius. And then finally we have the Seeds of Doom, which is another. And then we finally. Yes, the most important. Yes, besides the Zygons, Sutekh is our most return. Not the characters or creatures from Pyramid Planet. We're going to save our full thoughts for the Legend of Ruby Sunday and Empire of Death, as well as the entirety of Series 14, Season 1 Bad Wolf, Season 40 overall, for a later date. But, dates actually, because. But as for now, Pyramids of Mars serves as a outstanding opening story for. But as of now, Pyramids of Mars is. But Pyramids of Mars is a fairly strong. And Episode 4 kind of cools it down a little bit, but we get the. It kind of cools down once we get to the planet on Mars, but there's a couple of interesting moments there as well, with the Doctor and Sarah having to evade Sutekh's servant Marcus Scarman and the android. But the ending is also, and the ending is sort of kind of a little hurried for wrapping up everything, as it was, and the ending is kind of a. But despite maybe a quicker ending, I wouldn't say it's rushed, but that story also features an actor who pops up a lot in the series. But I think, yeah. But besides the, there's a few exceptions, and sometimes you're like, where is this going? But for the most part, Classic Who is more guilty of this, especially the 70s stories. I mean, not all of them, but like there's a couple of examples like this one. Like, I mean, I can. There's some. He has some relevancy, but I think they could have cut at least half of his scenes from the Tales from the TARDIS version, at the very least. But those minor quibbles aside, this isn't. But when we're in the Priory or in the Lodge, it works pretty just as well. But in the Priory or the Lodge, it doesn't look too bad. I think once the series. For this story, I think this one they really pushed themselves a lot for. I'm not sure what it is, but this story just works really well. Yeah, I think because we have a lot of location filming, this story feels a lot more natural compared to some stories that use a lot more set bound, which Classic Who, it does look a little fake quite often because of the budget and what they were using at the time, and being on the time, TV landscape obviously changed between the end of 1989 and the start of 2005. But I think the use of the exteriors with the interiors works really effectively for this story. But it's still a really good effect for the time. And also, whilst we presume, like, sometimes he can crack a joke here and there, and he's not taking it too seriously. But later, say like Genesis of the Dark, like, sometimes we crack Seeds of Death. He really does get very in fact, there's elements here that definitely feel a lot more like 12th Doctor. In fact, there's a lot of elements here that I think the 12th Doctor would take into inspiration for with his more dark. Right, once you get past the Am I a Good Man stuff from Series 8, he then uses for his like darker side of his personality and more seriousness side, whilst also allowing a little, not so much the comedic side of the 4th Doctor to come through, but before actually, I'm going to cut this bit. I'm not sure why, but they decided to include this story on the Sarah Jane Adventures Series 4 DVD and Blu-ray. It is absolutely amazing and definitely a one. I mean, obviously the big Genesis of the Daleks one is in the top 4, obviously. But also City of Death, that's my favourite. Ark in Space, that's my second favourite. Then Genesis. Me in editing is going to have to mention what my 4th favourite story is. If it's not this one, it's going to be... Thank you, future me. So, yeah. And if this was 4th, then he would have put... And if this was 4th, then my 5th one will be... Yeah. Yeah, hang on. Me, obviously, yeah. Or maybe this one, then Deadly Assassin. But, yeah. And yeah. And, yeah, But this era is full of cracking stuff. Along with series, and alongside seasons 12 and 14, and then maybe the first bit of season 15, is considered the peak of definitely Tom Baker, but also the peak of Classic Who overall, and perhaps even the peak of Doctor Who general, depending who you ask. I mean, you've also got the early 60s with seasons 1 to 3 with William Hartnell and Dalek Mania, and also the return of the series in 2005 with RTD Era 1, and a little bit of the Stephen Moffat, Matt Smith era as well, at the very beginning of that. Also, the John Pertwee years were quite popular as well, so it really depends who you ask. It's usually seasons 12 to start of 15 is considered the peak, but you've also got seasons 1 to 3, start of 4, a bit of John Pertwee's era, or series 1 to 5 or 6 of the revival. And also series 10. I will also mention to a lesser degree the Troughton era in series 10, and a little bit of the Davison and end of McCoy eras, but not as much as those other ones I mentioned. And so that's it. That's it from this review of Pyramids on Mars. Thank you for watching, and thank you for watching Tom Baker Month. We hope you enjoyed it, and just that. So that's it from our review. In the meantime, not July, obviously, but another one later. Although it would be good to do it again, because I think we should do Colin Baker Month. So yeah, we can't do 64. That's right, folks. 2 months. That's right, folks. That's right, folks. That's right, folks. Just over a month and a bit. That's right, folks. After July, we're going to do Capaldi month. That's right, all. Yeah. That's right, folks. Stay tuned. Coming August 2024, Capaldi month. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Everything about the 12th Doctor, Peter Capaldi, and to do with their stories and expanded media adventures. So everything but you've also got plenty of other fun stuff to look forward to. Yes. Yes. Cut. Now! That's one. Would you like a jelly, baby? No. Oh. Oh. Tell me about it. All these evils I have faced, as my predecessor 2 incarnations ago said. One more, because that one. One more. No. Here. And one more. Okay. That's the 4th. Okay, space crybaby scenes. So that was mostly going to be after Sutek's line, so it might even be audio only. What? What? No! That was silly, hang on. No! No, you lefty! No, woke lefty. Hang on, that's it. And we cut to him having been disappeared. You pit your puny mind against mine. Kneel before the might of Sutek. I'm gonna do that again because I'm shaking it now. Actually, there's a headshot for the green eyes, so we'll keep this rolling for a second. Okay, insert that earlier, and now we'll carry on. Starting now. How is this woke? Whatever that means. I cannot be asked to deal with you. For you, I bring Sutek's gift of death. Okay, gonna stop there. I cannot be asked to deal. No. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the Nicholas Payne bonus content YouTube channel. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the Whoniversals YouTube channel.